the closure of the boarding schools?
Mr. Speaker.
The questioner, Osoro, is not here.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, the question was raised by Osoro, which was in 3 sections. The first part was to have a comprehensive report or response on 1, the cogent measures, reasons for closing those many schools at such short notice, and whether inspection was conducted at the lapse of the notices of closure to confirm compliance, and the measures put in place to mitigate the inconvenience caused to learners, parents, and the schools, considering that the short period remaining before reopening of schools for the commencement of the 2023 academic year. Honorable Speaker, the total number of schools with boarding sections in our public and private primary and junior schools are 3,199. Public schools are 1,436, while the private schools are 1,763 in number. During the period leading to the closure exercise, the schools were inspected against the guidelines of the Schools Safety Manual 208 and the 348 schools, which translates to 10.9% were found to have contravened the guidelines, hence putting the safety of the learners at risk. The schools were recommended for closure because of the following reasons. 1, registration status. Majority of the schools were not registered as having boarding sections and therefore were operating illegally. Number 2, compliance to safety standards in the dormitories. Most of these schools had dormitories with grills on the windows which provided no exit in case of an emergency, single exit doors with no provision for emergent exits, doors that opened inwards, hence compromising safety of learners if locked inside. Some of the dormitories were repurposed, buildings such as dining halls, classrooms, and workshops, which had undergone modifications without approval from the relevant authorities such as Public Health, Public Works, and NEMA. Congestion in the dormitories was common in these schools, and the spacing of 1.2 meters between the beds was not adhered to. The learners were sleeping on double-deckers and triple-deckers, while some had wooden beds, which is a catalyst to fires in case of emergency. Majority of the dormitories in these institutions had not adhered to the needs of learners with disabilities. Number 3, status of sanitation and water. The sanitation facilities in most of these schools were poorly maintained and inadequate. They had not adhered to the ratio of 1:25 for girls and 1:30 for boys. In some schools, toilets did not have doors, and in some cases, the shutters were not age appropriate. In the closed school, sanitation units for boys and girls were located in the same direction or area. Most of these schools did not provide treated drinking water for learners. Fire safety and equipment and materials. In most of these schools, fire extinguishers